What's poppin', y'all? Yo, now's not the time. Now's not the time to admit this. You got to do it a little bit later. Upcoming rapper who was just on the XXL freshman list, Baby Chief Do It, out of Chicago. He was in an interview and admitted that he be messing around with ChatGPT a little bit when it comes down to writing his songs. And this is a rapper that people mess with. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip first, and then we're gonna get into it.
Using that shit to write my lyrics, real shit.
Word, ChatGPT?
Hell yeah, that shit work. Well, what I did was I wrote down 4 bars, and I said, write me a song. And then it said, give me a start me off, some shit like that. And bro, I started him off, whatever it is. That shit, it wrote some shit. I never actually used AI before, like, until then.
What made you want to do it? Like, what, you just curious?
I had posted on my notes one night, I was bored as hell. And I was like, who wanna write my next song? And then this girl had replied to him, like, I would have just used ChatGPT. So I downloaded that shit. Oh, bro. And that shit is cold.
Yeah.
That's scary though, like that all that AI shit.
Yo, ChatGPT really need a pause on that start me off part. But this, man, this dude, Baby Chief Do It, he's going up right now. This is not what you want to say right now in your career, because we're really not at the early adoption stage of AI, but when it comes to acceptance, frankly, a lot of these people are idiots. Like, the first thing that someone said was, what's the difference between this and having a writer? I put a dunce cap on this fool. I'm not going to highlight his comment because I don't want to shame him in front of everybody. We don't want to flog him in front of the town square. We just want to address anybody that may share in this same sentiment and let them know that they are foolish for thinking this as well. A writer is preparing a song for you. ChatGPT can't do that. This is like bouncing ideas. Like, for example, and I don't even think people understand how like the basics of an LLM and what it does. Like, this thing can't write a song for you. It's kind of like when people, like what Timbaland's been doing, they think that, oh dude, this person's got an AI software that makes music, they can just make crazy beats. No, you need to know what you're doing. Same thing with the image generators, a little bit different. Like, there's a level of skill and knowledge of the software to be able to manipulate it properly, but we're not going to pretend like it's the same as music. It's more of like a taste thing. But I think this is cool because I think it's better than having a writer. Because if you have a writer, well, let's talk about collaborators. I think there's collaborators, writers, and then whatever this guy's doing. We got to switch up the levels though. So the level is at the lowest, ChatGPT. A little bit higher is collaborator, and then writer. So writer is what Rihanna gets, what Robin Fenty gets. Someone brings in a track, not only just a track, but they bring in a reference track for it, and they're like, okay, you just got to hop in the booth and you just sing it like this. And then, yeah, they just clone it. Which is it's not odd, but we're not even going to need that anymore. Like, they're not even going to need artists like Rihanna to pull up to the studio. They're going to have all her stuff already prepared on AI. So the person's just going to send in the reference. They're going to be like, whoa, this is a hit. Throw Rihanna's voice on it. Ship it out. Because that's exactly what could have happened with work if AI was there back then. Rihanna wouldn't have even had to record her vocals. But collaborators, kind of like when people are in the room together and they're not necessarily writing for each other, but someone like, let's say they lay down a couple of bars or like a top line and they're like, yo, I think this would sound better than that. And then you're like, yo, you know what? You're right. And then they throw in that bar and that person would get a writing credit. Is that person a writer? Not really. He's just a collaborator. And then here with ChatGPT, I think Baby Chief Do It is just organizing his ideas or getting inspiration. So if he's like, yo, I want a song to start like this, but I'm not sure what direction I can take it after. And then it gives him a bunch of different options. He's like, nah, this is trash. This is trash. Actually, let me take this. Let me move this around and then let me wrap it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but the majority of people don't like AI right now. So you don't want to say that. It's just going to be used against you. I would have said, yo, do not let this come out. Please don't. And the dude's a young buck, too. I think he's, 17, 18? He's still in the teens, like maybe even 19. So I don't think but this just goes to show we're going to have some absolute savages when it comes to like these young bucks that are actually into music in general that are going to be able to use these softwares. I think it's going to be more competitive. Like, average music is going to be gone. Like, you need to be freaking making amazing stuff to compete in the near future, which it really just means a better product. But the reason why I say this guy shouldn't use it is, first, you need a smash hit that everybody loves. That's a number one. And then you're like, yeah, by the way, like, I use ChatGPT to write that. Now, you do that if you want to ruin your career, to be honest. But at that point, the cognitive dissonance kicks in on such another level that a person won't, they're going to start to justify it for themselves. They're going to be like, well, nah, like, like he just used it for a couple of bars, and nah, he just used it for inspiration, because they've already committed. They already love the song. It's just like Nav. Like, for example, Nav, everybody loved him already, or his music at least. And then when they found out he was Indian, they were like, shoot, okay, they're just going to keep messing with the music. But had Nav come out first, they would have just dismissed him. They wouldn't have even listened to the music. And even if the music was decent, they would have found a reason to say that it sucked simply because he was Indian. And this is the thing. People would lie to themselves and say, nah, I would have messed with Nav anyway. You think they're lying. No, they're lying to themselves. Because I know that you would not have messed with Nav. Because there's no other reason that 30 plus years there hasn't been another Indian rapper. You're telling me an Indian rapper wasn't making good enough music to get on in the 30 plus years where hip hop was commercially viable? Come on now. Let's be real here. So Nav did it right. He was like, yo, I'm going to stay invisible till I get in, and then y'all guys are going to just have to accept me. Same thing that what's going to happen with AI. We're going to have an AI artist made with a song made with AI software. People are going to fall in love with it. It's going to be a smash hit, and then it's going to be revealed, and then that's going to cause people to accept it. They're going to be like, damn, well, I mean, it's a good song, right? That's what you have to do. You can't say, yo, I'm making this with AI, because people already have this connotation of AI that it's terrible. But this is an interesting way that this guy's using it. I don't know. It is creating a lot of discussion in the comment section as well. Like, some people are like, yo, they just like the honesty. And this is the thing. If you're allowed to use this, for example, I don't think people have a problem with them using this for work. I don't think people have a problem with them using this for, let's say, an outline, right? Like, let's say somebody wants to write a song. And this is where I think having a vision, like, for example, Ye, right? Ye is more of a curator, tastemaker than he is, well, he is a producer, certainly. I'm not taking that away from him, but I'm saying the role that he plays. He's like, okay, we need to have this many producers and these writers, and I'm going to take this verse from this song, and I'm going to take this beat, and I'm going to piece them together. And DJ Khaled is a little bit of this as well, except apparently for Drake, when Drake just hands DJ Khaled songs. I won't ever find out that information. Oh, no, I should never say I won't ever. It will be very difficult for me to ever find out that type of information. But what I'm saying is, if somebody's a good songwriter, I think that makes it even better. So, like, let's say Baby Chief Dude is like, yo, I'm trying to write songs on these different topics that I just experienced, and I went through this, and this. How should I structure this? So then it's an assistant. It helps the guy out. It's not writing the song for him. The song is still based on his experience. It's still his words, and it's still performed by him. But I just think this is like a knee-jerk gut reaction to it right now, especially the intersection between AI and art. And I understand a lot of the reasoning and apprehension that people have towards it, but it's not going anywhere. And I think this is a healthy use of it by Baby Chief Do It. And he's the first person that we've seen admit it. And if he's the first person that we've seen admit it, that means there's other people doing it, because you can't just try to write a song. This is why when people are like, what's the difference between having a writer? Yeah, try and write a song with this thing and see how it comes out. Or try to have it write a song for you. It's going to suck. It's going to sound like a nursery rhyme. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.